पिछले महीने मैंने मेरे एक लोकल एसईओ क्लाइंट के लिए जीएमबी प्रोफाइल बनाई थी एंड आई ऑप्टिमाइज्ड इन द बेस्ट पॉसिबल वे सो दैट दे स्टार्ट रैंकिंग इन द लोकल मैप पैक. इन केस इफ यू आर न्यू टू दिस चैनल, आई एम प्रेरक मेहता और मैं अपनी जर्नी एज द फाउंडर ऑफ नेट माफिया, एक वेब डिज़ाइन एंड एसईओ मार्केटिंग एजेंसी, यूट्यूब पे डॉक्यूमेंट करता हूँ. और आज मैं लास्ट प्रोग्रेस पे कैरी ऑन करके फर्दर इम्प्रूवमेंट्स लाने की कोशिश करूँगा. सो इन केस you haven't seen the earlier part yet, you can click on the I button to watch that video first. Then you can proceed to watch this video. And before I proceed any further, I'd like to take a moment and thank today's sponsor, Localo. I've been using Localo as my go-to local SEO tool for a while now, and it's really important to track the stats of your GMB profile to know if you're heading in the right direction or not. So right here in the statistics tab, you can see how many calls we have gotten so far. Now here I am using my own GMB profile, not my clients, to respect their privacy and maintain their confidentiality of their data. So just for demonstration purposes, I'll be using my own GMB profile throughout this entire video. अब इससे की पहले आप मुझे जज करें कि why as an SEO agency owner you haven't got any calls through your GMB profile, then let me tell you something. We have not listed any phone number on our GMB profile because we would like to get clients through US or through some other countries and not from local clients. Now coming back to the metrics which are listed here, we can see different profile views, how many people have clicked on your website through your GMB profile. You can even see how many people have exchanged messages in the Q&A section of your GMB profile, how many people have found you in the Google Maps when they were passing through your area, office area or your shop location, or when they wanted to reach out to you. So these are the metrics along with few others which I will go over in just a second, but I think this is a great way to incorporate in your monthly local SEO reports, demonstrating the performance of the local SEO campaign, and you will have a very good chance to stand out from the crowd if you show them how many competitors you have helped them outrank. Plus, if you can show them how much it would have costed them to see the same results through Google Ads or Facebook Ads campaign, there is no way they would leave you. If you can also show your clients their position for particular keywords in the actual map by going under the position map under tracking tab, 100% no way your clients or your prospects would leave you and find some other SEO agency. मैं कुछ मेडिकल प्रोफेशनल्स और बिजनेस ओनर्स को एक BNI इवेंट यानी कि बिजनेस नेटवर्किंग इंटरनेशनल इवेंट में मिला था, एंड वी टॉक्ड अबाउट हाउ वी हेल्प अदर बिजनेसेस एंड प्रोफेशनल्स रैंक ऑन द मैप पैक. They shared their experience on how they felt cheated, and they said that SEO marketing strategy didn't really work for them and it's sort of scam. When I actually asked them what their monthly progress reports said or their position for particular keywords in the map pack were, they were literally clueless. They had no idea what I was talking about, because most SEO agencies are not really transparent with their clients about the results. Whether it's good or bad, it doesn't really matter. But if you can show it through these kind of presentations, then trust me, even if you're doing average work, you won't be losing those clients. You can see the circles in the map being green, saying that despite you are ranking below 20, there is a very good chance that you can make it to the top 3. और जहाँ red या yellow circles आपको देखने को मिलेंगे, वहाँ rank करना मुश्किल हो सकता है. Plus, you as a Localo user can even see how much time you have saved while using this app by again going back to the statistics tab. So here I will select, I'll scroll down to the bottommost part, and here I can see I have saved about 31 hours working through Localo. If I were not using Localo, I would be spending this amount of time just optimizing and making sure that my GMA profile is optimized in the best possible way. So this is how you can be more productive for your agency work. By the way, if you're finding this video helpful, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, because I have something really cool to offer. With my affiliate link mentioned in the pinned comment, you'll be able to get a special discount of 10% on Localo's agency plans. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead, click on the link mentioned in the pinned comment. Now, one thing you should realize is that Google favors and ranks only those profiles and websites which satisfies its EE80 framework, यानी कि experience, expertise, authority and trust. जब हम ट्रस्ट की बात करते हैं, why should Google rank your profile if it's so easy to create hundreds and thousands of profiles for free? Then why should Google think you deserve to be at spot 1, 2 or 3? तो ट्रस्ट बिल्ड करना है तो रिव्यूज तो आपको आपके GMB प्रोफाइल पे लाने ही पड़ेंगे. Thankfully, Localo helps you with designing visually appealing review posters. So here you can go under the reputation tab and click on review poster so that it's easier for you to encourage your clients and customers or your local SEO clients customer to drop their feedback and experience. You can optimize the URL over here. You can choose the title for the page, the poster page. You can even change the description, add in few important phrases if you would like. If you want to show the footer with the Localo branding, you can. Otherwise, you can disable this option so that you can pretty much, white label this in your own way. So ये QR based पोस्टर आप आपके शॉप पे लगा सकते हैं या फिर आप इसका डिजिटल कॉपी by clicking on this open poster, you can download this digital copy and you can actually send through WhatsApp or email or social media broadcast. Now, once you start getting reviews, this is the review poster. I can download this over here. And as I said, I can send it to my email list or my social media broadcast or WhatsApp broadcast. Now, once you start getting reviews, whether those are 5 stars or 1 star, please reply to those reviews, because I see this common mistake that local SEO marketers make where they don't reply to the reviews. Google actually wants to know how much courtesy you have as a person. So Localo over here offers pre-made templates to reply to all kinds of reviews, whether they are 1 or 5 stars. They have got you covered. आपको कोई AI chatbot में जाके reply generate करने की ज़रूरत नहीं. One click and you are pretty much sorted. So here, if you want, you can create your own new template as well. If you want to copy and edit, you can even do that. And when you want to reply to those reviews, you can just go back to the reviews tab and just scroll down and you can just click on this button to leave a reply. So it's pretty much one click and you are sorted. But if for some reason some customer of yours or your client of yours left a review from their end, but Google detected that review to be suspicious and they held those reviews back, or maybe they have removed it finding it to be suspicious, then you can track and monitor those removed reviews from here and you can contact Google's support team regarding the same. हाल ही में few months ago गूगल के नए एल्गोरिदम अपडेट के कारण काफ़ी सारे बिजनेसेस के रिव्यूज़ रिमूव हो गए थे. They did eventually roll back those reviews, but it's always better to stay on top and make sure that चाहे कोई भी एल्गोरिदम अपडेट्स आए, आपके रिव्यूज़ पे इम्पैक्ट ना पड़े. Now coming to the part of establishing authority, ये आप कैसे प्रूव कर पाओगे टू गूगल? अगर मैं ऑथोरिटेटिव हूँ मेरे नीश में, then obviously people would look for my website, right, to know more about us as a person, because at the end of the day, people relate with people, not with brands. People want to know who is behind this company and who will do this job. So is Google looking for the same exact thing. So that's why you need to have a website. तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आप web designing भी सीखे. Well, if you are planning to, then that's very good, but Localo is here to be your savior. Using Localo, you can actually create a fully functional multi-page website. Yes, not some cheap old-looking one-page website. With just one click, Localo will create a website for you by pulling out all the data from your GMB profile. And you can do this by scrolling down to the part of website, click on the localo.site option. Here you can modify the URL of your website that you would like and just click on publish. Now once you click on publish, you can see how your website does look like, and here you will find that there is a navigation bar. There are 5 different pages that it created. Now this really depends on what kind of data you have fed into your GMB profile. If you don't have any reviews, obviously this page would not be existing. If you don't have any photos, gallery page would not be existing. You can see in the review section, in the hero section I should say rather, you can see that it is showing up the description of my GMB profile. It's also pulling out the title which is the H1 tag, the title of this homepage. Here it's showing this image. As I scroll down, it's listing out all the testimonials and reviews that we have collected so far. These are the blogs. These are the contact information, listed all my working business hours. This is my map. If you have listed your actual location, it would show up over here. I can even see all the photos that I've published so far. I have even links to my different social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram. Here there is a privacy policy page as well, and here I can go over to separate pages as well. Isn't that really cool? Imagine you bundle all your local SEO service with this website as well and tell your client that just for a premium of, let's say, $50 a month, you'll take care of their website, domain and hosting. Plus, आपके client को ये भी पता नहीं चलेगा कि this website was created by Localo, because Localo gives you the freedom to remove their logo. Can you see a logo over here where there is Localo branding at the top or at the bottom or anywhere over here or in any other pages? No. Why? Because Localo does give you an option to remove their branding. All you need to is just go back to the Pro Features tab, click on Other Features, and here as you scroll down, you will have an option to toggle this where you can disable Powered by Localo on Localo's website. If I were to switch this off, then when I refresh this website, I would see this branding which is Powered by Localo over here. So the point I was making over here is that if you create a website with Localo, कोई chance नहीं कि आपके clients आपका ये offer reject कर दे. और अगर मान लीजिए कि आपके local SEO client के पास already एक website है, तब भी मैं कहूँगा कि आप ये website बना लीजिए to signal more authority to Google. Plus, you'd get a backlink to the original money site, and you can use Localo's local business schema, which can be found right under here. And you can copy this code and you can paste it within the website, the actual money site, and you can add it to your location service pages. Because to be honest, Google loves if someone can pinpoint and highlight important content for them, and that's what a schema code will help them do. So if your client or your website is built using WordPress, all you need to do is just open up the editor mode and search for HTML, and you paste this basic code. Now you wouldn't see anything over here because this is just the schema code. This is basically allowing search engines like Google and Bing to analyze the location specific service pages that you have created for this particular page. Alright, so this is just for better indexing or helping Google to analyze the content faster. तो अब तक हमने authority और trust तो establish कर दी, but how can we signal to Google that we are subject matter expert and have X number of years of experience in this industry? Well, just like how you'd create articles and blog posts on your website, you'd essentially want to do pretty much the same by creating mini blogs in Google Business Post format. Right here under Content tab, you can go to the Posts tab and you'll find an option to create a new post. Now the idea should be pretty much the same. जैसा कि आप सब जानते हैं, I'm very much vocal about following the tofu, mofu, bofu stages of content. Similarly, you'd want to actually create 2 posts every single week, one answering a user's informational driven search intent and the other semi-buy stage, जहां आपके पास बहुत ही अच्छी opportunity है to share your USP and show how you stand out from your competition. कंटेंट की ज़्यादा इसमें चिंता करने की ज़रूरत नहीं, बिकॉज यू जस्ट नीड टू गिव brief to Localo and it will take care of the rest. Just for an example, let's say I am giving a simple prompt to Localo's AI that I'd like to create an informational based post for my SEO service. And I can just click on let's begin and it will create the entire content for me. What you do need to work upon would be infographics. And I have the best infographic template that you can use for your Google business posts. So as you can see here at the top left, I have my logo and I could even add company name somewhere in the center. We have website URL at the bottom. I could even add my phone number and address of my location, which would, really help people find us faster. And in between, you add the images which would make the most sense for your GBP. For example, if you're talking about ITR filing, you can add a short checklist on what documents would be required to submit to your chartered accountant to file the tax returns. Once your content is ready for the GBP, then you can make sure to add appropriate CTA, which is call to action, by going over here, and you can choose to add links to your full-blown article present on your website and add the link here to get that backlink and form the synergy between the website and your Google business profile. Also, what if I told you you can actually make a local SEO offer no-brainer to your client by telling them that you would post this content on their Facebook page also. You just need to toggle this option and this post will go live on their Facebook profile as well, and you can actually batch create and schedule all these posts. You know how much of a big fan I am of batch creating content. It takes a lot of load from your head. Plus here I have an option to create and run a specific sale as well by going to the offers under content tab. Here I'm pretty much creating content which is catering to your BOFU stage. So again here you have to add the title, let Localo do the magic, add the image which is relevant for your sale or offer that you have to share your audience, and you can select the offer duration so that there is some sort of urgency. And although there are few things which are listed optional over here, which is linked to your website, I would highly recommend you to include a link to your landing page. That way you would actually get traffic to your money site, your money page, which is your product or your service page. And also terms and conditions, be super transparent with your prospects, because as I told you earlier, the more you feed data to Google, the better you are in their eyes. और मैं ये चीज़ हर हफ्ते करते रहूँगा and eventually track for which keyword this profile ranks for by going over to the keywords tab under the tracking tab. And here I can see all the different keywords that Localo has actually used its AI to figure out which keyword makes the most sense for my Google business profile. I can see what is the average monthly search volume for this, what is my position for this particular keyword, has my ranking dropped or it has increased, how much visibility I hold. If there are few keywords that Localo added by using its own semantic knowledge, I can even remove them. Like for example, let's just say I would like to remove SEO Mumbai, although I wouldn't, because here it says that for this particular search term on Google shows up the local map pack, यानी कि जो सबसे पहले जो results होते हैं वहाँ पे local map pack visible होता है. So you don't want to actually remove those keywords where the local map pack is visible. Instead, let's just say that if I'm removing something like web designer, just for an example, I'm removing this and assuming that I want to add a new keyword, I can go at the bottom right corner, that button, by clicking over there, and I can add those keywords right here and click on see current results, and this would just show up in my map pack and tell me which other competitors are ranking number 1, position 1 for this keyword. If I were to switch to another keyword, I might have a different competition. So these are all things that you'd want to do and track your changes every now and then. Now, for some reason, if you're seeing dips in your performance or your performance is pretty much stagnant, then I'm pretty sure you skipped the basics and directly jumped to this part. So why not take a step back and watch this video first and fix things before you proceed any further?